And I think it was very accurate, and it was it was done very well.
Like every single person, like Jane and Lucas had real, genuine motivations and trains of thoughts or whatever. And they both complement each other, and their reactions to each other come from real places. And so at the end, when they're in family counseling, it didn't seem like a forced happy ending.
Yeah, and I'm also really happy that it ended with family counseling, because when they were confronting the dad, and it was like a big moment, and it was a big moment of like catharsis and release for Jane, I was like, I really hope that this isn't like a one and done, like,
yeah, just because they confronted
like
the dad,
trauma of the week thing.
Yeah, they treat us.
And I think them, and then I think them ending with family therapy is like, oh no, we know this is like, it's going to be a long healing process. She's going to be dealing with this. They're all going to be dealing with this for a really long time, and they've committed to like family therapy in the long term, and I think that is also really great.
Yeah, the therapist says that. She's like, this is going to be a process, but this is a great first step.
Exactly. And it was perfect. And I think, and then that's the end of the episode. So I think also on that note, we can eulogize Lucas, because this is Lucas's last episode.
This is one of the strangest but strongest but fastest comeback arcs I've ever seen.
Yeah. So Lucas, you started out real shitty, Mr. Bear Juggalo.
Oh God. In terms of his aesthetic, I didn't think it could get worse.
You were a big bully. Who was he bullying again?
No. He was like shitty to Mia.
Oh, I think he was. Oh yeah, he was shitty to Mia. Was he shitty to whoever she was dating? Who was she dating? Was she dating anybody? I feel like he was getting in fights, or he was getting in fights with Spinner too. I think it was with Spinner.
Basically, like,
I don't know. He was so terrible.
Was she dating JT? No,
it was after JT.
Yeah, JT was the last person they were like, I know JT's been acting shitty, but look how nice he is. But I feel like this was done even better than that.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, so that you were not great at first, but this episode really just explained why you were so shitty and confronted that, and you like kind of faced some of your demons and ended on a high note.
Yeah, like how many Degrassi villains really get a good in-depth look? Like Rick got a very in-depth look.
Mm-hmm.
Not the chef. Not
fucking
Moose.
Chef. Well, at least not yet.
I mean, oh my God. Moose.
I think Moose is around for a little while.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know that for sure, but
it was nice. Like I didn't know I wanted to see justice for this character.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we got it.
Yeah.
So goodbye, Lucas. I'm actually kind of sad that you're leaving now, only because it would have been cool to see more growth from you.
Yeah, I mean,
I really hope you got a new haircut. Like, I really hope you grew out the weird design and, like, got a better haircut, though.
Yeah, you have a job now. Like a real job, so maybe that'll, I mean, I don't know.
Who knows? But, alright, bye, Lucas.
Bye.
So we do have a YouTube comment.
I know. We were just as shocked as you are.
Do you want to read it, Allegra?
Yeah, so it's from part 1 of the episode where Jimmy ignored Spinner for a whole year? Must have been some 5th birthday party.
It was from Latrice Parker 1 year ago. Yeah. All right, so Spirit Squad captain of the episode is definitely Jane.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we need to go. Like, she was fucking... She went through a lot of shit, and she came out on the other side.
Yeah. Distant second... I mean, not too distant, but Lucas, he pulled it around at the end.
That's true. And he, like, helped, and he stood up for Jane, too.
And it really is a testament of, like, better late than never sort of thing, where it's just, like,
yeah,
if you genuinely feel remorse for bad actions and you try and make it right and you apologize, like, if you show an actual genuine change, even after you've hurt someone a lot, like, there's still, like, a chance for you. There's, like... confront your bad actions, don't dismiss them, acknowledge them, and do better. Like, that's such an important thing that a lot of people are like, I've already done such bad shit, like, there's no hope for me. Like, but Lucas
no, that's not true.
Lucas is a good example of that.
Yeah.
And then distant third is Casey.
I'm not giving it to Casey.
Jokes.
Ship of the episode, I guess Alli and Johnny DeMarco.
Yeah.
And a little bit Spinner and Jane.
Yeah, Spinner and Jane, that's such a good relationship. So glad that they're endgame and that Spinner married Jane.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Moral of the there wasn't really a moral except for just like, I'm not going to do a moral. Like, this episode was just dealing with a very difficult topic. If you're going through a hard time, try to reach out and find someone to talk to.
We told some jokes here and there, but I hope that doesn't make it seem as if, like, we didn't take this seriously.
Yeah.
We know how serious of a topic this is, and it's very real for a lot of people. There's lots of resources you can utilize. Even if, like, you aren't personally affected, but you know about it, there are resources you can look into. And we're very proud of Degrassi for handling it so well.
Yes. Well said. All right. We actually don't have any grapevine today. But if you guys would like to reach out to us to be featured on a future grapevine segment, you can tweet at us at DegrassiPod. We're on Instagram at DegrassiPod. You can email us at whateverittakespodcast@gmail.com. We're on Tumblr, whateverittakespodcast.tumblr.com. You can find us almost anywhere where you can listen to podcasts. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you could rate, review, and subscribe, that would be awesome. And if you leave us a review, we will make up a Degrassi-inspired fan fiction about you and whoever you want. And you can follow me personally on Instagram and Twitter at HollandTacular.
I don't really have social media. I've made my Twitter private because I'm trying to get a job. But I'll recommend something.
All right. So, yeah. Oh, and if you want to follow Kelsey, who is missing from this episode, she's on Instagram and Twitter at KelSucks with a Z at the end. But yeah, Allegra, what are you going to recommend to the good people today?
Okay, so last night I watched The Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo. It's a 5-episode little mini-series on YouTube by Brian Jordan Alvarez. Very weird, but very hilarious. If you've been seeing that meme around of sometimes things that are expensive are worse, it's from that show. It's sort of like Adult Swim vibes, but it's super funny. Highly recommend The Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo.
Cool. I'm going to recommend something Game of Thrones related because Game of Thrones is back. Which means Gay of Thrones is back, which means you should be watching that. It's this guy who is a hairdresser the premise is this guy is a hairdresser and he like recaps Game of Thrones with like cool people who come in he does their hair every week and like recaps Game of Thrones, and it's very funny. But all right, that is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you as always to Jay for providing us with our lovely theme song, and thank all of you for listening. We know it was a really tough episode, and I hope this wasn't a shit show, and
I hope this was a listenable shit show.
Yeah. But yeah, so thanks for listening. Goodbye, Panthers.
Bye, Panthers.